Black Keys Trap Key. Meet the plug.
Y'all already know the vibes. Listen, it is Meet the Plug Radio. Got a Meet the Plug exclusive interview today, y'all. Like I want to put you on to like a vibe, okay? When I say a vibe, is all capitals, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the one and only super group Triggerrun. What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
What's going on?
what's the deal? What's the deal?
Hey, I'm so happy to have y'all. Listen, thank you so much for, squeezing me in here. I know y'all got a lot going on, and I'm going to get into your business a little bit, and let the people know what's going on with Triggerrun. But first, tell everybody where you're from. Give us some background.
Well, we're from Albany, Georgia with Triggerrun. My name's Herb. I go by H3 the artist. This is my man, Nagil.
AK Nagil to be exact. That's yeah, from the Good Life City, down south.
That's right, Southwest Georgia.
I love that. I love that. Good food, good cooking down there. What was it like growing up? With, like how long y'all been, friends, partners? How does this go? I mean, tell them, run it down.
My mama taught him in kindergarten to let you know how far we go back.
Yeah.
Oh,
so we friends, we bros, and and actually you just seeing 2 of 8 of us right now, so
y'all,
yeah,
y'all got 8 members in the group.
Got 8 members in the group, and some on medical leave of absence right now.
How do y'all manage 8 members in one group? How that has got to be some work.
So how it all started was, we was this rap group, and back in the third base era and the snow and formative area. So, we was waiting for that one guy to make it. His name was Snow. We was waiting for him to make it. And at that time we was like, hey, we need to get the ball rolling, because we can get in the studio, we can rap too. So we was like, hey, we had our boys that we were dancing, and we were just playing the background. And we was like, hey, well, man, let's get out here and get this money so we can get in the studio too.
Yeah, and I love it. So it's just in you. Like it's always been embedded in you to do this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've been playing instruments ever since, elementary. I was on the violin and on the saxophone coming up. My man H3, he's on the keyboard.
I played drums when I was 4, so I've been playing percussion since 4. Was in gifted band from 4th grade all the way in through college. So yeah, and this that right here, like I said, strings, woodwinds, beat maker.
And my
like
mother
supposed to meet. That's crazy.
Oh, for sure. For sure. My mother's a pianist and plays for the church. You know what I mean? I'm a PK, so y'all know how that go.
Love it. So how much
influence? PK always turn left away from the church a little bit.
I love that. Like, so how much is of the church and like your parents? Like how much do they inspire y'all? How much is did you get from them?
Oh man, I got everything from my mom's, and just hearing her every day, playing the piano, and my father is a minister, so and he sung. He was in the group, and that kind of created a little friction because he didn't get as far as we got. When I remember when rap music first hit, he was like, "Oh, it ain't gonna last," and I'm like, "Dad, yeah, it is gonna last." You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be the way your dreams went down. It's gonna be different, and we showed it, and we ended up at the Apollo. So I was like, "Hey, Dad, in your face."
I used to hear we had a piano player at our church, and I went to Eureka Baptist Church, and her name was Josephine. I used to love the way she used to play that piano. It was like she was a band all unto herself. So I used to go home and I used to practice mimicking what I saw Miss Josephine doing on the piano. Wow. And
that's a great story. Fantastic. So y'all been doing this thing, like really in the studio and the lab, like making crazy music. Where, and I want to say from like, what's your most memorable moment thus far on this journey? This journey can be crazy.
Well, the most memorable moment this far was us even coming back after, a hiatus. And me and my man, we call it the Orlando session. We got Sincere, who's not here. He's in Jacksonville. So the internet has brought endless possibilities for us to make this happen.
Yes.
But the Orlando session went down was, you know, I was away and my son was playing baseball for the summer league.
Okay.
You know, so I was chilling with him and, you know, going through a little personal strife in my life. And then H3 called me up and said, hey, man, you need to take all of that and put it in music, man. And I was like, man, leave me alone, man. I don't want to do that. It hurts. You know what I mean? And he just kept, you know, persisting. He kept calling me. And I was like, you know what? All right. Because I needed a place to escape. And, you know, I told him my story. And by the next day, he comes up with a whole, you know, piano companion, man, and like, hey, man, check this out. You know what I mean? And it's all of my pain in this story, right? And I was like, you know what?
I listen.
I like it. I like it. I said, let's go, man. Let's go. So, you know, we was able to come back together during that Orlando session, man. And it was my first time since, about 10, 20 years?
It's been about 20.
I went back into the studio and I said, hey, yo, I got something for you. And that was Turn Up. You know what I mean? And that beat was just so eclectic. And it was like, when he heard it, he was like, oh my gosh. So,
because you know, when we broke up, like when we stopped doing what we were doing, you know, 20 plus years ago, you know, this was we had double cassettes where you had to make the show tape with the two buttons, the two tapes. He was the man that always put the shows together, and then we go out there and we would dance to it. So a whole era has changed, has come in, and he's just, like I said, he took a choice to make, you know, to raise his family. And after all of this time, you know, it's like life has brought us back together so that we can start doing things that in a way and at a level we've always wanted to. But at that time, the playing field was not level enough for us to enter. We were fresh out of high school.
Yeah, but mind you, when we took the hiatus, he kept going. H3, the artist, he kept going. So, you know, my man has, you know, he was up. That's when we kind of migrated to the Atlanta market.
Okay.
And we're in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta now, and he started pursuing acting careers, you know, to fill the void of the musicianship.
Hey.
You know, so my man, happy to say, you know, I'm gonna tip his hat for him. You know, he played in Drumline and Stump the Yard and a lot of others, little small B, you know, rated movies, but he kept that going.
Yeah.
Let me find out how to watch the movie this weekend so I could be like, oh, there go my boy. Like, I'm just going
He's in there.
Hey, just look for the shortest one.
What group? What crew?
Now let's see. For Drumline, I was with A&T, so I was on the winning team on both of them. I was like the third.
Because we always win.
And then on some yard, New Theta. So I was one of the Theta. So
love it. Well,
with the ball head.
With the ball head.
Man, the energy, the vibes. I told y'all all capital letters. BIBE.
Sure.
I'm telling you. I'm so excited. I was listening to Turn Up, right? Because I like to listen to all the songs before I interview anybody. And I was like, man, this is a song. Feel good, like energy.
There you go.
Like on everything. I was like, dang, I feel like in a good mood.
You know what? And that's what Triggerrun is all about, because every time we hit the stage to perform, it's all about transferring that energy to your audience. And what you missed on the Apollo was that transformation of energy, because, man, we were so eclectic that at the time that we hit the Apollo, none of the dance crews was doing it like we was doing it until after we left. And matter of fact, the stipulation on Apollo was you can only perform the one song. So we was like, oh, we can't do what we need to do with one song. So what we did was H3 and I, we went to the studio and we made this little slow track for the ladies, right? So after we got finished with all the hip hop and we punched them in the mouth with the hip hoppers and the aerobatic, then we slowed it down and they cut it. It was too hot for TV at the time. I was like, oh my gosh.
We need to find this video. We need to go look in the vault. They gotta be somewhere. I want
6th season Steve Harvey. Yeah. SWV in the building, Joe in the building. So yeah.
You know, young men, we didn't know anything about the copyrights and all that stuff for TV and whatnot. So we just knew we had a hot show. We were going to use this song and that song. So when we went into the studio, came up with another version. That was an original piece, so they weren't afraid of being liable.
Right.
But, you know, but we were always inventive, you know, and resilient. So, and then they cut it.
Yeah, so
y'all got such great energy. I swear. I gotta at least meet the rest of the group too, because I know that's bananas. I know that's
yeah, without a doubt. You know, out of 8, you got some characters, you know, and we got, you know,
I know that's
DJ 40. Yeah. So DJ 40 back home.
Oh my gosh. So listen, I really want to know, like, now that you know y'all done so much, what do you want to do now? Like, y'all pretty much done touched a lot of what you could do as an artist and even have a hiatus. So what's the goal for Triggerrun now in 2020?
So, let me say this. I'm gonna lead this in for AK Nagil, and he says this because he keeps me grounded too. Because, you know, I tend to be like a little Timon. Hey man, what gonna do next? What gonna do next, right? He's like, hey man, we're gonna leave our digital footprint and our legacy.
That's what it's all about. It's all about going back, you know, on the path that we paved, not only for the dancers, you know, for the America Dance crew, and you got served, because see, we was at the forefront of that movement, because you never seen any group of guys like we were when we hit that stage on that Apollo, and then after,
especially from down south,
Right.
then it spent off. All the stuff, you know, all the other, you know, dance crews started spinning off. But yeah, it's about, you know, our digital legacy and going back and, you know, getting our roses for ourselves and for our family, you know, and showing them that, hey, man, you know, this is dad, you know, this is grandpa, and this is what you have to offer to the world.
Yes.
You know,
I love that. We have, I feel like, and especially if we think of hip hop, we have this stigma about growing and maturing. You know what I mean? And it's to me, it's the dumbest thing ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're right.
Yes.
We give people their flowers while they're here to smell them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that is such a great, I don't know, that just really struck me, because look at what y'all done and look at what y'all doing. You gotta applaud that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
well, thank you.
Don't limit yourself. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Like, you can't limit yourself. And unfortunately you know, there's a trend of aging an artist, you know, particularly in our culture, that, you know, that may not necessarily be the case in other cultures.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you will end up giving yourself an end when there should only be, you know, nothing but ... You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you do it until you do it until your heart's content.
Man,
There you go.
I love that. I'm telling you, y'all got the best energy. I can't wait. Now listen, y'all got some performances, some shows, some videos on the way.
Yes.
So please, let's get into that, because I gotta see something soon. Okay.
That's what's up.
Hey, we got a little TikTok joint out there right now. You can tune in to Instagram. But go ahead, tell them where we at.
All right, you know, listen, we building up all the social media platforms, everything. We everywhere, you know, just come on in and, you know, and help us boost it up. But the 27th of this month, we got a video shoot for Turn Up here in Atlanta.
It's going
Georgia.
down. It's going down. So
wait.
that's part of the concert, you know, that the moves that we'll be performing at the concert is high energy, of course.
Indeed. And then on in April 23rd, down in Albany, Georgia, the James H. Gray Civic Center, we'll be opening up for Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie, SWV, and Lenny Williams.
Girl, how you doing?
Hey.
Wilson. So yeah, we and the coolest thing about that concert is, you know, we have if you go to Instagram, you know, at Triggerrun, you'll see us posing with SWV. So we'll come back full circle once again. And that's going to be a great moment. We're looking forward to that moment.
Yeah, y'all deserve all the flowers, man. You gotta look. That's a beautiful thing. Look at what you're showing your family. You know what I'm saying? The showing the ones behind you. Like, that's major to me. So congratulations on everything thus far.
We digging up from the underground. We trying to come on back up, and, you know, and get that sunlight. So yeah,
I love it. So let's do this. I know y'all got the TikTok and stuff. Tell everybody where to go, so they can tap in with you on the social.
Oh, wait. All right. Triggerrun everything. So Facebook is Triggerrun TRP fans page. What?
Triggerrun.fans
Right.
on Facebook.
Right.
Triggerrun TRP Facebook.
Right.
Instagram, TikTok at Triggerrun.
I love it.
YouTube at
Triggerrun.
Triggerrun. We there too.
Hey, y'all just search Triggerrun and you'll find all the
There
gems.
you go.
Okay?
Yes.
Don't support that. Run that up. So let's do this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last but not least, on Spotify, follow,
Yes.
like, add to the playlist. You know what I mean?
Keep
Follow
it
your boy.
rotation.
Matter of fact, he left one important announcement out. April the 16th, we dropping another hit. We dropping
That's right.
It's a Party.
That's right. That's
So right along with Turn Up, It's a Party's gonna drop April the 16th.
I love it. I love it. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Hey, and thank you for still pushing for the culture like you're doing, because you know everybody don't hold on to that dream like they supposed to. You're supposed to keep your passion going, right?
Yeah.
And let's go ahead. I'll let you introduce your song so they can hear what we turning up to.
Ooh,
Hey, get ready to turn up to one of the most eclectic jams that you've heard so far. Turn up, people, turn it up.
That's right. You don't really do what you want.
All the way live.
Let's beat the plug.
Yo, here we go. Yeah, 229, let's ride. The soul train of the South. South side, let's ride. Hey yo, we gon' really give them what they want. It's the trigger, my nigga, we make the whole club jump. So crank up the sound, now let the bass bump. Beats the TRP girls going wild, uncut. So push the EQ, let the sub whoop